I feel like everybody here though, like I feel like, you know, of course becoming famous and whatever that's cool, but it's all part of like getting exposure for what you create and what you hold valuable, instead of just like being, you want to be famous and loved by a bunch of people, so like you care how you get famous.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Because it's like, if you're famous for, you know, some reasons that you don't want to be famous, then what's the point?
Yeah,
right. Yeah.
Did you guys when you guys started, like back in the day, obviously we had these big dreams, right? And because a lot of the people we compared ourselves to or wanted to be, they were rich and famous.
No, of course.
So was being famous a part of your goal? I know a lot of people always say this, like, I want money, but I don't want to be famous. Like, I actually wanted to be famous.
Right. Okay.
I'm not saying I'm famous, but I want to be it, like, because all my idols and stuff were famous. You know what I mean? So, yeah, like they were household names. Like I wanted that.
Right.
So like, how about you guys? Like, was that something? Because no one's ready for it. You know,
no, for sure. And I think like it happens, and then you kind of adapt to it. Like you're not ready for it. Like, because you could be ready for all the, you know, all the love and attention, but are you ready for all the accountability and responsibility, all the headaches and pain and suffering that comes with it? I don't know. Like, so once you experience it, then you start to adapt to it. And then, you know, like for me, I don't think the goal was ever to be famous, but it's just like, you know, okay, like,
it's like part of the
just thing. Shit happens, and then you become like a singer, and then like a lot of people know you, and then you got to learn how to deal with it, and then like you got to try to maintain it, because like, you know, attention and fame equals into revenue. You know what I'm saying? Because if you're not in demand, because everybody's a freelancer here, right?
Right.
So if you're not in demand, then basically you're not getting revenue. Like, you know.
I know there's headaches and shit, but you ever think about if you weren't, like, just waiting in the line at the club and shit? You're in the back of the line, fucking freezing and shit. Like, fuck. And you get right in front of the line. They're like, we're at capacity. You ever think about that? You ever think about it? That's a fucking headache too.
Definitely a lot of perks, you know?
That's a headache.
Yeah, I know for sure. I mean, you know, it's a gift and a curse. It's a gift and a curse.
It is.
It's definitely like, and also if you get too kind of, if you feed into your fame too much, or your ego too much, or like you're like, oh shit, like since everybody treats you like you're above a human being, and you start thinking that yourself, God's gonna check you real quick. He's gonna humble you real quick.
There's a lot of people who can't handle it. I have like two famous homies that one is like can handle it. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like they love it. And the cameras are on, and they just like, they're swagged out. They're getting along with everybody. And another person is like anxiety up the ass with that shit.
Oh, okay.
You know, and it's like, I've seen the terrors of like
for sure.
that person's going through. You know, it's like,
and I think it's like, you know, let's say like actors, right?
Yeah.
Like movie stars, like they're famous because everything they do is in private, and then you see the finished product and they get famous for that. But as we're like entertainers, like singers and stuff like that, they have to be in front of like thousands of people. So they probably handle it a little bit better than when.
That's true. That's
a
good
like
point.
Actually live.
Yeah. So I think it depends on like the field as well, you know?
I realize, like, after kind of seeing famous musicians and actors, like that musician life is like, it's more rock starry for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I think
like that fame.
It depends on the person as well, because I heard like the cast of Saved by the Bell was fucking, you know,
what,
like
the Wild.
I don't know. I don't know.
like rock star shit.
I'm just like they were like walking through the mall and like.
Wait, that's the teenage.
Chasing,
yeah, because that teenage fame is like a different thing.
Yeah.
When you got the kids, you know, when the kids were fucking with you and you're on magazine like that, that's a different thing.
Back in the day when like all them like sitcoms and all the teenagers were famous because of sitcoms.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What is that, like Nickelodeon, like all those?
No, like even Friends. Like when they're in their 20s, like they're like the most famous.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They're getting like $1 million per episode.
Yeah, it kind of sucks. I kind of wish I was famous when I was young.
Really? Do you think that's a good thing? I don't think I've ever seen a good example of a child
That's true.
actor or like somebody that got famous super young.
Very
and then they
rare.
grew
It's
up
a
to be
mess.
like a really... It's
Yeah.
always so messy. And they turn out to be like so crazy.
Is that the same out here? Like child stars that...
No, I don't know.
There are cases like that. Yeah, definitely.
I mean,
Right.
but I think it's because it's like, how are you supposed to suspect or like expect somebody to act normal when nobody treats them normal?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's a delusion. Like you live in a fictional world the way people treat you when you're
like
famous.
everybody's like, oh, and then so how is this person supposed to
Yeah.
Right.
like try to act normal when like everybody's like, oh, like, you know,
Yeah,
like, it just
shit's
doesn't
supposed
make-
to be free.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's why I think it's very important to have somebody next to you that like keeps you in check and like, you know,
Yeah.
keeps on like reminding you, hey, like don't let this to get into your head.
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
what I mean? So
You got to remind yourself as well a lot.
yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, a lot.